So we have here an analytical geometry question. It is a classic question from a past paper, and in this tutorial we are going to work on a few common exam style questions that they can ask for a sketch that will be mapped out in this manner. Now obviously the good news is this tutorial is what I keep saying obviously, this tutorial is compatible with both grade 11 learners and grade 12 learners. Hi guys, Lever here from Bright Young Brains. With this analytical geometry question, an exam style question, I think I've said that enough already. We need to write down first the equation of line PL. Now the one thing to take away from this question is that PL is a horizontal line. No, vertical line. Horizontal is from left to right, vertical is from top to bottom. So PL is a vertical line, and this vertical line, they want us to get an equation of this vertical line. Now, in this analytical geometry revision playlist, you want to keep in mind that we already mentioned that any line that is a vertical line, the equation of that line will always be x is equal to a certain number, and that number will always be the number which the line cuts the x-axis at. So in our case, we can see that PL is cutting our x-axis at -5 because our sketch here has a -5 where the coordinate of P is -5, coordinate 1. So we can see that PL is a line going straight downwards, and the x value there is a -5. So automatically, the equation of PL there is just x is equal to -5. So with our sketch, I see we just literally jumped into answering the question, which is a bad idea. When you have an analytical geometry question, especially in an exam, you want to take some time to just look at the picture, get a bit of information, and as soon as you have done that, you can just jump into the questions. So in terms of the information you want to take note of is things like 90-degree angles and where our where our alpha is and stuff like that. So information like that, you want to take note of that so that depending on the questions that you'll have to answer, you don't have to, just look in random places and start from scratch in terms of answering your question. So because we have here the equation of PL, for our follow-up questions, we probably may need that in some way, in the sense that we want to store this information. So the best way to store it is, in our case, they put a coordinate for L, because automatically we know that the x value there is a -5 and y is a 0 because it's a point on our x-axis. So that's for the first question that they can ask for this sketch. A second question that they can ask for this sketch is they want us to calculate the gradient of QR. Now Q and R are both given, so we can label those x1, y1, x2, y2. Now to get the gradient of QR, we can use our gradient equation. The good news is if we had an angle for alpha, then we would have, let's say, more methods to get our gradient. If we had, let's say, a line that was parallel to QR, we would also have an additional way to get gradient. So if we had, let's say, another piece of information, as in here, if we had the gradient of PS is perpendicular to QR, so we would be able to use that as well to get a gradient. However, in our case, it seems as though we have one option, which is the gradient equation. There we go. If we throw values in here, this is giving us a gradient of -4/3. So that's quick, simple for the second question that they can potentially ask for a sketch like this one.